guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you already know my struggle with seborrheic dermatitis. I've shared it with you guys a lot, and anytime I find anything that I'm using to help with it, that I'm using to control it, I always share it with you guys. So last year I did a ton of research on the benefits of Seamoss for seborrheic dermatitis and just health benefits in general, because I had been hearing a lot about Seamoss. It's good for this, it's good for that, it helps the immune system. So I decided to do a ton of research to find out for myself. I also learned that there are two different types of Seamoss, mainly used for commercial purposes, and all Seamoss that is sold is not the same. Depending on where and how it is grown, especially, can significantly affect the nutrient content of the moss. So be very careful and do your research before deciding on which one to use. The brand I personally settled on is the Herbal Vineyards Seamoss gel. It is wild crafted, and that's very important because that means the Seamoss is farmed in natural sea or ocean water and it's not tampered with until it's time for harvest. So it contains more nutrients, unlike pool grown Seamoss. So that's definitely something to watch out for. If you're looking for what Seamoss to buy, try your best to make sure that it is wild crafted and not pool farmed. And the Seamoss gel from this brand also doesn't contain preservatives or fillers or binders, no extra fluff or anything like that. If you actually look at the ingredients list, it's just straight pure Seamoss gracilaria from natural spring water. Now Seamoss contains 92 out of 102 essential minerals and vitamins needed for the body. You can actually see the concentration of some of the main nutrients contained in this on the bottle. Now from what I've been reading, some of the main benefits of Seamoss are reduction of inflammation. It has antimicrobial, antibacterial properties, skin health, detoxifying the body, and these benefits are actually directly linked to seborrheic dermatitis, because seborrheic dermatitis is inflammation of the scalp caused by a naturally occurring fungus on the scalp called Malassezia. So when that fungus overgrows, it starts to cause inflammation on the scalp in the form of scales and all of that. You guys have seen, I've showed you guys my scalp up close before, and there's stuff I've been using that has been helping, but this is something else I've added to my diet that also helps with that. So as usual, you guys know me, whenever I'm doing a video like this on the benefits of any substance or anything like this for your hair or your scalp, my videos always come with well-documented research papers, so that I'll show you guys the research that has been done on these ingredients. In the case of this video, the research that has been done on Seamoss that shows how it helps with inflammation or seborrheic dermatitis or even controlling Malassezia. Yes, I actually found a research paper that shows that gracilaria, that's this particular species of Seamoss, actually does help with controlling Malassezia. Okay, so now let's go through this research paper. This one is the Inhibitory Effects of Seaweed Extracts on Growth of Malassezia, Furfur, and Malassezia restricta. The study was carried out by the Journal of Fisheries Science and Technology in Korea, and it was published in 2009. So it basically says 57 species of seaweed were screened for antifungal activity against Malassezia species. It also says that there are numerous reports on the biological activities of seaweeds against human pathogens, fungi, and yeast, but only a few contain data regarding inhibitory effects against Malassezia as a major cause of dandruff and seborrheic dermatitis. Now, of the 57 species of marine algae screened for their potential antifungal activity, only 17 exhibited inhibitory activities. So it's not all types of Seamoss that have been shown to control Malassezia, it's actually only a few. Now, according to the results from this study, it can be suggested that seaweed extracts are valuable for the development of therapeutic agents in treating dandruff and seborrheic dermatitis. So the rest of the paper basically goes into detail of everything I just summarized. And this is the intro. It's basically talking about Malassezia, the different species, and how it causes seborrheic dermatitis, how it causes inflammation, scaling around the hair follicles and stuff like that. Now here it just tells us the materials and methods that were used, how the seaweed extracts were prepared, how they were tested, how they were extracted, and all of that. Just basically how the experiment was carried out. So here is the toxicity test. So they basically tested the extracts from these 57 species of Seamoss just to check if they were harmful, to see if they were safe for developing therapeutic agents for seborrheic dermatitis and dandruff. The test was carried out on mice. So here we have the results and the discussion. Basically everything I said initially, 57 species of seaweed or Seamoss were tested to see if they had potential antifungal properties, especially against Malassezia, which is the fungus that causes seborrheic dermatitis. And of those 57, only 17 species showed any efficacy, and that is a list of all the species. And as you can see, Gracilaria, which is the specific species of the Herbal Vineyards Seamoss, is included in that list of 17. Okay, so here we just have a table showing a list of all the 57 species, and they were grouped according to color. So we have Chlorophyta, which is the green seaweed. We have Phaeophyta, which is the brown, and Rhodophyta, which is the red. And Gracilaria is in the Rhodophyta group. Now, if you look to the right side of the table, you'll see that some of the species have crosses on them, and those are the ones with the crosses that showed activity against Malassezia. So this is just the rest of the paper and references and all of that. As usual, I'm going to link this paper down below for anyone that wants to read it. So I've been using the Seamoss for a while now, and I actually use it to make smoothies, so I have like so many recipes. So now we're done going through the research papers. I'm going to show you guys one of my many Seamoss recipes that I usually take 3 to 4 times a week. I take it on my gym days. You can definitely use the Seamoss daily, but I personally just like to use it on my gym days because I lift very heavy in the gym, and Seamoss also helps with like body recovery, muscle recovery from some of the stuff that I read online. Side notes, at the beginning of the year, if you watched my video I did at the beginning of the year where I did kind of like a recap of 2021 and how it was such a mentally difficult year for me, and I really wasn't doing a lot of the stuff. Like I was just not myself last year. So I told you guys that this year I was going to start getting back into the gym, and I've been so consistent, and I'm so proud of myself. I used to lift really heavy before I stopped going to the gym. I actually stopped going to the gym in 2019, and that was because, you know, of the lockdown, the pandemic and stuff. So after the lockdown was over, it was so difficult for me to get my mind back to being in that gym mode. So I tried last year, and last year my head was just not in the mood for anything. But this year I'm finally back, and I'm doing so well. I'm almost back to squatting and deadlifting over 200 pounds. I'm currently at 175 for squats and 185 for deadlifts. I do other lifts too and other like different exercises, but those are like my 2 main lifts. Since the end of February, beginning of March, I've been really consistent, going 3 to 4 times, eating really healthy. So I'm just in a very good space mentally, and yes, I just love the state that I'm in right now, especially with how I'm like trying to keep my body healthy and all of that. Anyways, back to the video. Let's get into this recipe. Okay, so this is all the stuff that I use: lemon juice, my Seamoss, spinach, kale, and mixed fruits. Sometimes I even add honey and ginger, shredded ginger. Anyway, so 1 serving is 2 tablespoons. So I'm just going to take 2 tablespoons of the Seamoss. This is what it looks like, a very smooth gel, no lumps or anything like that. So it's really good for making smoothies, really nice and smooth. Next, I'm gonna add my mixed fruits. The one I'm using is the strawberry, mango, and I think pineapple is in there as well. I also have another one with berries, so different flavors. And then I add 2 to 3 squirts of my lemon juice, and then I add my spinach. Next up is kale. And then I also put my protein powder. So like I said, I take this on days that I go to the gym. So I also put my protein powder, 1 scoop, which is 1 serving. And then I add honey. This thing is so sweet. Like, you guys, I wish you could taste it. It is so sweet. I have a sweet tooth, so this also helps me satisfy my sugar cravings. A healthy way to do that. Then I'm just going to simply blend everything together. It tastes divine. Oh my god. And it's so healthy as well. All the fruits and vegetables, my Seamoss, everything is in there. So this is what it looks like. I'm just going to take it out of the blender and pour it into a red plastic cup. And yeah, this is one way I make my Seamoss smoothie. Very simple, very straight to the point, very delicious and very nutritious. Okay guys, so this is one way I make my Seamoss recipe. I have a lot of recipes, so if you guys want me to show you guys other stuff that I do, let me know. The smoothie tastes amazing. It's so nutritious, and it's one way that I make sure that my body is getting all the minerals and nutrients that it needs. I try my best to find ways to incorporate vegetables like spinach and kale and stuff like this into my diet a lot. I eat really healthy when I'm heavy in the gym. Like, eating healthy and being in the gym go hand in hand for me. If I'm not going to the gym, I don't really have the motivation to eat healthy. And it's also helping with my hair as well. I noticed last year when I was just in a very bad state and I wasn't really eating as well as I should have been, like, I noticed that my hair was shedding a little bit more than normal. If you compare my hair shedding now to what it was doing last year, my hair isn't shedding as much this year. I can tell that my body is healthier. My hair isn't shedding as much. It's growing at a really nice rate. I have a lot of energy. I just feel better overall, to be very honest. Eating well and trying to keep your body healthy does wonders for you physically and mentally. It just feels amazing, honestly, to be in a better space and just have a sound mind. I don't really post a lot of my gym content because, first of all, like, you need someone to be filming you while you're in the gym and all of that, and it's just a lot of work. I just like to go to the gym and just like zone out and do what I need to do. Maybe in the next couple of months I'll start posting some of my gym content, but for now I don't really like to do that because it's just excess work for me. I just like to focus on working out and just leave the gym. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys took away something from the benefits of Seamoss. If you have been trying to get into using Seamoss, if you're still like confused on which one to use, because there are actually different types, different species out there, and if you're confused on where to start from, what brands to use, what brands to trust, definitely try this one out. I've been using it. I haven't had any problems with it. And also, if you don't like taking the gel, the brand has the Seamoss in like capsule form. The ingredients list is organic Irish moss powder, and it also contains bladderwort powder, which is like whole algae, and burdock root extract as well. If you don't want to take the gel, this is an alternative that they have. Personally, I prefer to take the gel because I like to use it to make smoothies, so I like that they have options depending on how people want to take the Seamoss. Let me know if you take Seamoss. Let me know if you've noticed any differences or any changes in your body. I'm gonna leave the information for where I got this one, the links. If you want to get it, I'm gonna leave it down below in the description box. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button down below on my face on this side. Also, do not forget to watch my other natural hair videos on this side. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.